Welcome to this episode of Ask the Guitar Coach. Here's our question for today. What do I need to know before I perform live for the first time? That's actually a really good question, and I wish I had asked this question when I was younger before performing for the first time. There's actually a series of things that you should have in mind and keep them like a checklist in a piece of paper and check them out that everything is being done before you play live for the first time. So let's get started. First of all, make sure that your actual playing skill when you're at home, like in your bedroom practicing or anything, is at least 30% higher than the skill you need to have on stage. So for example, if you need to perform a piece on stage at the speed of 100 BPM, you should be able to play it at home at the privacy of your bedroom or living room, wherever you're practicing, at 130. So you need this 30% buffer to make sure that it's going to compensate for any kind of nervousness, stress, the jitters, anything that might happen that night. Number two, and very, very important, make sure that you spend some time every day practicing standing up and wearing your belt. If you only practice sitting down with the guitar on your lap, as I'm doing right now, when you're going to be playing standing up and with the belt, the guitar is going to be on a different position. And that's going to make it very difficult to play the same things, since the position of the hand is going to be different. So, as the time of the performance grows closer, make sure you spend more and more time every day practicing standing up. And then let's move on to the next one. This third piece of advice is very, very simple. Make sure you have backups for everything. That means a backup guitar, backup strings because they might break, backup batteries. So everything like backup cables, everything might break down, and for some weird reason they tend to actually break down during live performances. So make sure you have two of pretty much everything. Now, it might not be practical to have two amplifiers, but everything else, try to have a spare one with you. Number four, try to keep your sound chain simple. Ideally, you should only have your guitar and the amplifier. That's all. This is going to help you very much do any kind of global parameter corrections on the fly, while if you have a series of pedals or a pedal board, it might be significantly more difficult to do so. It might not be practical for all kinds of music to have just the guitar and one amplifier, but do your best to keep it as simple as possible. Number five, as much as possible, try to have a short set list. That means try not have more than 30 minutes on stage at a time. Being on stage is much more difficult, much more draining than it is practicing just with the band at the studio or playing at home. So you need to make sure that you're going to be able to do it if you get tired and if you don't have enough endurance and stamina in your hands. The easiest way to do it is to make sure you have a short set, and then as you get more and more experience playing live, you can make it longer and longer. So try to aim for 20 to 30 minutes. Finally, accept the fact that you will be stressed on stage, that it is something that's acceptable, it's something that's very, very usual, and it's alright. Make sure that you stretch between songs, do your stretches for your hands, for your fingers, all the things that we've talked in previous videos. And when there's a bass solo playing, when there's another guitar solo playing, when there's a keyboard solo playing or a drum solo, or when the singer is talking to the audience between the songs, just stretch your fingers a little bit, do some of the rotations for your wrist, so that when you start the song, your fingers are limbered and your hands are less stressed. So there you have it, 6 very specific pieces of advice on what to do before you play live for the first time. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you on the next episode of Ask the Guitar Coach.